Well, this is why you came here, right?
Yeah, it is.
How rewarding has this year been? Because Dave was just telling us that you probably exceeded their expectations when they brought you in here, and part of that was being hurt, but also you brought a lot of positivity to this team that's program really needed at that time you got here.
Yeah, I think just coming in here, I just wanted to trust the process. Obviously, coming in and finding out I had to have surgery was not the idea that I wanted coming into West Lafayette, but being able to get healthy for my team and just be able to be a leader off the court and then transfer that onto the court was definitely, I think, helpful for me and my game and this team. So just being able to uphold expectations and just be the leader and senior and outside hitter that Dave could have. So that's good.
How exciting was it just to see Purdue on the line and then know you get to play at least one more match at home?
Yeah, it was definitely great. I mean, this is my third NCAA tournament, and I've never been able to have the draw at playing at home, and I've always had to go on the road. And I don't think anyone really understands, unless you're in the situation, how important it is to be able to play at home. I mean, if we were on the road, we would probably be leaving like tomorrow or Tuesday morning, and so just being able to have this week at home and prepare at home and not have to be shipped off to somewhere in 2 days, not having any idea where that is really, really nice. And just being able to still go to class during finals time period, and it's just really important. It's really nice. So I think it's really nice to see Purdue up on the screen.
What were you looking for when you went in the portal?
Yeah, I was looking for a winning culture for sure, but I think I was just looking for a staff and a team that was going to help me just be the best person and player and teammate I could be. I know what my goals are after college, and I think that Purdue fit every single box that I wanted in the school for that. So.
What are your goals after college?
Yeah, I want to play pro. So I wanted to be able to obviously have a team that could be good and have coaches that could push me and girls that I knew that I could play around that would also help me be successful in the pro world, but then also just academically I knew that this school was good for me and my goals, just going on to get my master's and potentially more education down the road.
What were your impressions of Purdue as an opponent in the past?
Yeah, I mean, I always knew Purdue was a really strong opponent. They're very good over the course of the last 20-some years, and so they have that historic name to them. So coming into here, that was also intimidating. But yeah, as an opponent, they're tough. I mean, they play hard, good defense, and everyone just knows who Purdue is for certain reasons.
I think I talked to you about this early in the year, but this team gelled probably much better than anybody could have imagined when you're putting a lot of new faces together.
Yeah.
How impactful was that in terms of getting to the point where you are now, where you're hosting the first two rounds?
Yeah, I think our off season was spent just learning each other and getting to know this team and getting to figure out how everyone competed best. And I think that this team has just done such a good job of figuring out what motivates each person, and what motivates someone is completely different than what motivates another person, and just being able to find that and know each other just as people rather than athletes has been so important. And I think that just because we know each other off the court and we know each other on the court, it's been really, really easy for us to just gel and love playing volleyball. And these girls love playing volleyball, and I think that's something that you couldn't have said about every single person here last year. And you can definitely tell in this team that everyone loves to just come to practice every day, and it's not a dread, because college volleyball can get any college sport can get very just repetitive and very hard. But if you come in with people that you want to be there with, it tends to be a little bit easier to be able to wake up and go to practice and fight through those 5-set matches and reverse sweeps. It just makes it that much more special.
Did you get more out of this than you'd hoped to when you transferred here? You just played in front of 10,000 plus fans in a basketball arena, and now you're like you said, you're playing at home in the NCAA tournament for the first time. I imagine you thought this would be great, but did it exceed what you thought you would get out of being at Purdue?
Yeah, I would say that I knew what kind of culture I was coming into at Purdue with the fans, and knowing that this fan base is able to pack out Mackey and just care for this team like no other. And I knew what kind of coaching staff I was coming into as well. And when I was on the phone with Dave, it seemed like he had a very, very specific way that he was going to go about figuring out how to bring this team together that may have lost a lot of people. And I think that it definitely, I wouldn't necessarily say it exceeded expectations, because like I said, when I was on the phone with Dave, he had a plan, and it was a very, very convincing plan, and there was not a single day where we had any doubt in our mind that we weren't going to still be good. So I wouldn't necessarily say exceeding, because I think I expected that coming in because of the way that this team just plays and the way that this team talks about our success. And so I would say for myself, yes, I think it exceeded expectations for me, just in ways that I've grown off the court, on the court, leadership-wise, physically, obviously as a player. So in that way, yes, exceeded, but I wouldn't say necessarily the Purdue way, I would say.
Dave just said that this team, I know Kenna probably would be considered like the superstar of the team if there had to be one, but he said there isn't that dynamite player that other teams might have. This team is, 6 players on the court at a time being very good. Is that the strength of this team, is just, whoever's on the court at any given time, they're going to do the job?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Kenna's obviously a superstar for sure, and Taylor's 100% one as well. I mean, I would say every single person on the court, every single person on our team is one. I mean, we have 5 freshmen that are redshirting, which is kind of unheard of to redshirt an entire class, but that just shows how good they are and how good they're going to be later on. And I just think that for this team to be able to come in every single day and work their butts off and just compete to the hardest of their potential is what makes everyone so good. And I think that everyone just leans on each other, and we know that, if one person's not having the best game, that there's going to be other people that can bring us up. And so just to have that stability through a team is really important, something I've not really experienced a lot in the past. And so being able to have that has been really nice.
You've moved around a bit. Is it hard to find a home, or I guess how quickly did you find a home with Purdue? When you mentioned up here, they just kind of embraced you as soon as you got here.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the portal, I think, for like 36 hours. I entered the portal pretty late because my coach had gotten fired, so it wasn't super traditional entering the portal on the day the portal had opened, so it was a couple weeks late. And Dave had immediately called me, and I think within the next 30 hours I committed, just because I was automatically bought into the process that he had kind of shown me. And playing against him in the past, I kind of just knew what I was getting myself into, and that was something I wanted to be a part of.